For example 18, we're going to be dividing rational numbers, and again, our same signed rules apply. When you multiply or divide two numbers that have the same sign, it's going to be a positive. And if you multiply or divide two numbers with different signs, you will have a negative result. So in our first problem here, we have a negative 5/6 divided by 1/24. So we are going to end up with a negative answer because it's a negative divided by a positive. So I'm going to mark that off on the side already. Then I'm going to start with 5/6 divided by 1/24. And when we divide with fractions, the first number stays the same. Division becomes multiplication. And then we flip that second number to its reciprocal. So that's going to get rewritten as 24 over 1. And now we just follow our multiplication rules. I do have some numbers here that have the same multiples, 6 and 24. 6 goes into 6 once, and it goes into 24 4 times. So on top, we have 5 times 4, which gives us 20 over 1. And anything over 1 equals itself, so 20 over 1 is the same as 20. So our answer for negative 5/6 divided by 1/24 would be a negative 20. Our next example has two mixed numbers, so we're going to start by changing those mixed numbers into improper fractions. So 3 times 5 is 15 plus 1 gives us 16 thirds divided by, and then 5 times 2 is 10 plus 2 on top gives us 12 fifths. In this situation, we have a negative divided by a negative, so our answer will end up being positive. And now we follow our division rules. The first number stays the same, so that's going to stay 16 thirds. Division becomes multiplication, and then 12 fifths flips to its reciprocal of 5 twelfths. Now we follow our multiplication rules. 12 and 16 share the multiple of 4. 4 goes into 12 3 times, and it goes into 16 4 times. We have no other multiples shared between our numerators and denominators, so we could just go ahead and multiply across. 4 times 5 is 20. 3 times 3 is 9, so we're left with 20 over 9. And we just want to rewrite that as a mixed number. 9 goes into 20 twice, that's 18. 20 minus 18 is 2, so we're left with 2 ninths as our fraction. So the answer to our problem here, a negative 5 1/3 divided by negative 2 2/5 equals 2 2/9. Our last example here looks a little different, but it's nothing to be too concerned with. We previously learned that a fraction bar is also a division bar. In this type of fraction that we have here, we have the opposite of 1/4 over 1/2. This is called a complex fraction. And a complex fraction is where you have some type of fraction over another type of fraction. But another way that this could be rewritten, so we could rewrite this as a negative 1/4 divided by 1/2. So we're just going to rewrite it. We're going to forget that it was a fraction to begin with, and we're just going to change it into division. We have a negative divided by a positive, which means that a result will be a negative. The 1/4 stays the same. Division becomes multiplication, and then 1/2 gets flipped to 2 over 1. 2 and 4 share the multiple of 2. 2 goes into 2 once. It goes into 4 twice. That leaves us with 1 times 1 on top, which is 1, over 2 times 1 on bottom, which is 2. So the opposite of 1/4 over 1/2, that would be equivalent to a negative 1/2.